G'day everyone. Here we are today. This is the first time I've actually loaded in the sim. We've just bought the Cowansim H125 or AS350B3 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It just came out yesterday. So I bought it this morning early and jumped in the sim straight away. So this is the first time I haven't even flown it yet. I've quickly put in my Heli-Sika paint scheme for it. And we're sitting on the ground in Turangi. So what we'll do is we'll take off and we'll go for a bit of a flight around Mount Tongariro, Narahoe and around Ruapehu, and then maybe shoot across and land back at Heli-Sika Base. So I'm just sort of panning around here having a look at the paint schemes. Transfer easily over from the X-Plane version. Literally just convert them to DDS and then drop them in the folder. So I've already updated all that. Just get in the seat. So yeah, we'll get going. It looks very much the same as the X-Plane version inside, except probably a little bit better visually with the lighting in the Microsoft Flight Simulator engine. So we'll get it going straight away. Lock that up. Right, turn the battery on. If I can do this. Here we go. Generator off. And lock that. Locked. Bit of rising sun there coming up. Oh, it sounds awesome. Right, back inside, we'll get ready to go. Let's turn a few more things on. Avionics switches in reverse, obviously. That's just obviously a little bug. What is it? I don't know, it turns it on, turns that off. Alright. Pretty much good to go. So I haven't actually checked even if the controls are all fully set up, but it should be, seems to be moving. The cyclic collective's moving, pedals are moving. Alright, we're up to RPM. And we'll take off and we'll get moving. Feels just like the X-Plane one, which is this and the 500 are definitely my two favourite helicopters in the sim, and it looks like we've finally got another good helicopter in Microsoft Flight Sim. Another reason not to go back to X-Plane. But yeah, Cowansims have done a really good job with this one by the look of it. They're by far the best helicopter creators for Microsoft Flight Sim at this stage from what I've seen, and in X-Plane as well. They just do the best job with the physics and everything. Sounds, it's the whole package, it's just real good. Right, we'll start climbing now. Early morning in Turangi. So yeah, we'll head back across that way to Heli-Sika Base as soon as we've been around Ruapehu. So have another look at the outside view. Just so visually stunning, this thing. Must be a nice day down there. Like, it's still dark the moment. It's about 6:30 in the morning, but I pulled the daytime forward a little bit till it was just the sunrise. Hydro power station over there. We'll fly straight up over the top of Tongariro and swing past the craters and then up over Ngarahui. Do a circle at the summit of Ruapehu, and then we'll cut back across the Kaimanawa Ranges and back into the Heli-Sika Base. Let's give us a little bit more power here. It's obviously got all the different options you can normally do with the Cowansim ones, like it's got the skid mounted mirrors at the front mount ones. The sling thing underneath is optional, turn it on and off just in the weight menu. The long steps for the skids. Removable front doors, spear paws removable, things like that. They're just all part of their awesome packages that they put out with all the different accessories you can turn on and off. I think it's got a side basket as well, medical versions, utility ones with like empty in the back and things like that. It's a cracker day. I hope it's like this tomorrow. I'm actually supposed to be walking up Mount Ruapehu tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see if it's like this. Stunning morning. So cool to have the AS350 in Microsoft Flight Sim now. Now I just need to finish off building all the huts that I built for X-Plane and build them all again and on a Microsoft one, so I've got plenty of little places to land all around the Kaimanawas. So here we are coming up on Tongariro. I think there's the Tongariro crossing track is out to the right somewhere. It comes down just side of the greenish high point there. We're going to come straight over this rim and we'll be over one of the lakes. Just steepen up my climb a little bit. I walked this last year, late last year, on a day it was kind of like this and it was pretty spectacular. Might be the next one over actually where the lake is. I'm a little bit, it just doesn't quite look, it's quite a big sprawling sort of top to the Tongariro with different craters and things. It's obviously had a lot of different messy explosions in the past. Yeah, this is it here. So actually this is quite different. I've flown over here in Microsoft Flight Sim in the past, but this was pre the New Zealand update, and I've got to say that the terrain mesh now is incredibly a lot more detailed, which is why I was probably flying to the wrong spot, because that wasn't nowhere near this much detail before. This is so much more accurate. And you can see that little track coming down that ridge there by this greenish lake. That's up by the red crater there. That's where the Tongariro track crossing comes through, and it comes up from this big crater down here up this ridge, and you can see the track winding away across the other side there. Oh, that's neat. Look at the scoria on the aerial photo there for Ruapehu. This was just a dome, like it just on the previous version. It just came up to the top and was just rolled over and down the other side, like just a rounded pyramid type thing. But looking at this, it's actually got a lot more detail at the top. There's a higher resolution also compared to what used to be there. Just turn around a bit here and start climbing because it's quite a bit higher. Yeah, it's definitely a lot better shaped at the top by the look of it. It's not just a simple dome top. Oh yeah, it's actually got a crater in it this time. That's incredible, and a little bit of ice in there. This is, yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be that much more detailed, but oh yeah, they've done a big upgrade to this area. Obviously done a better elevation data survey, because this was sort of just rolling through here, but it's a lot more hills and ridges and things now. Alright, we'll scoot across to Ruapehu. See, I think you can see it if I just lean back a bit in the seat, look through. You can see Mount Turangi over there right off in the distance. Just, it may not show up. I can see it just through the murk or haze out to the far to the west there. Desert road out to the right there, the left I mean, out there on the we're through those sort of big flat plains through there. Half a tank of gas still. Yeah, this is looking at the detail below us. These little ridges and things. So much more detail in this terrain elevation data in the new update. Bit of ice around when the snow was taken, the video or the aerial photo was taken. Well, it might be sort of icy, small glacier type things, just probably almost permanently there, I'd say, looking at some of them. still got a little bit of elevation to get up to get over the top. There's the Whakapapa ski field down below us, down out to the right there. And I think the chairlifts come up from here somewhere. Crater Lake. Yes, this is certainly a lot more detailed. The actual summit might be this point up here, I think, at the south end of the mountain. Oh, just awesome. Right, now we'll beeline it back towards Heli-Sika. See if we can find our way from out here. My landmark I'm looking for from here, once I get down I'll scrub a bit of height coming across the desert road area, is I'll be looking for the top of Makarako, which is quite a high point in the Kamanawas, just south of the Mingamari saddle. Going a little bit quick here. Oh, we've lost control here. Oversped and its blades flat back there. That's interesting. And the X-Plane one didn't do that, so I wonder if this is either more realistic behaviours, because I did exceed the V&E just there. To do some research and find out. It just kind of, what it did was when it hit the V&E, I think I just hit 160, it pitched back, or pitched up, and it, I just had to lower the collective, and then it dropped the nose again. Trying to look for that top of Makarako, but I can't see it just yet. Just with that sun glare, just making it difficult to see quite the shape of the ridges behind these closer ones. Need my sunglasses on, I'm going straight into the sun. No, I still can't quite make it out. I think I can just sort of make out where it is, just seeing it a little bit now, but we'll keep tracking in the direction and we'll probably come to it sooner or later. desert road we just crossed over. Neat river just down here. I'm not sure which one this one is. Haven't really flown in from this side, so I'm trying to get my bearings here. One of the major ones that comes out of the western side of the Cowansim anyway. Could be sort of heading in towards the, I think they call it the Department of Conservation Ecology Zone. It's south of the Makarako in this sort of area somewhere. Could be up sort of in those valleys up behind that river bridge up in there. I think there's a stream called Ecology Stream, I think, and there's a whole lot of different blocks in there that are, I'm not quite what they use them for, but they call it the ecology zone. There's quite a few different areas. It could be Makarako we're seeing up in front of us now, right up on the skyline. There's a sort of, I'm starting to see a bit of a point. It may not be. I'm just trying to see where exactly we are. I'll continue to aim at it for now. We're possibly almost sort of in the area of the Waypahi hut. Up here somewhere ahead of us. No, I don't think that is. It's definitely not Makarako what I was looking at. It's just a little bit too small. This looks like further bigger ones in behind, so covered a bit of ground now. We've taken off from Turangi over there, right along past the mountains, and then we're heading back across this way, sort of in a northeasterly direction now, more northerly probably. Ah, there is Makarako there. I see it. We won't aim straight at it, we'll just aim just to the north side of it. Sort of quite a distinctive shape once you sort of can spot it. It was just tucked in behind that ridge because we were a little bit low probably. So the Waypahi hut should be just sort of up, if you keep following the stream upwards a junction, you can see up the end of the valley here, and it'll be just on the right there, I think, if my bearings are correct. We'll fly through the Mangamari saddle across and on our way past back to the base. Since we're out in this area, we might as well do a swing past it. Maybe even try landing at it. Just I haven't actually landed this yet, so I might as well practice one before we get back to base. Feels so much similar to the X-Plane one though. It's great to see we've actually got good physics, realistic sort of helicopters in flight sim now. There is quite a lot of helicopters in the marketplace on the Flight Sim store in the actual Microsoft Flight Sim now, but there's one particular brand that's literally just doing a cash grab, and they're not very good. I think it's M Scenery. They've just sort of almost spammed the market with just low quality, unrealistic helicopters. So I'd steer clear of them if you're looking for a helicopter for Microsoft Flight Sim. Just stick to the Cowansim ones for now, because there is a couple other ones. I think there's might be a Mini 500. I haven't tried that one yet, which I'll have to get at some point. That one looks like it's pretty well made. Makarako just over there. I can see Mount Dowding's a big long flat top one straight ahead of us, which I climbed on my most recent trip there earlier this month. Big walk up around the top of that. And Wonga Kia's the other dome shaped one, just to the right there, straight ahead of where I'm looking. Coming up on the saddle now. We've just gone over the sort of western southwestern border of it. The hut down, you probably can't see it, but it's just down over there on the edge of the bush. We'll come into the valley and flare around. There's the hut. A good look at the hut there. Back it up a little bit. We have shot it a little bit just there. The hut has been updated for the New Zealand scenery. I think I pointed it out in a previous video. It's a little bit squirrely on close to the ground here. Not sure which way the wind's going here. So my brother updated that, and it looks like he's changed a little bit of the shrubs and that around, which look a little bit more realistic now. So we'll take off out of here. Alright, let's get out of here. Head back to base. Yeah, Mount Dowding out to the right there. It's a big long flat plateau, that one. It's just sort of a lot of rocks and things on the top of it. It's a bit of a walk though to get up there. Some pretty steep country you got to get through to get up there. Looks like a little bit of cloud around in some of the valleys ahead. The North Arm Valley over there. Pikiwatia block just underneath us, or just coming up underneath us here. I think the hut, I don't know if there is a hut in the flight sim, we'll have to put one there. Another place to land. I'm not even going to try to attempt to land this on the dolly today. It's I need a bit more practice in it. It's gets a little bit toey and ground effect by the feel of it, which I think is, from what I've gathered, is semi-realistic for the squirrel, just with the way the exhaust blows the fumes down over the tail when it's in ground effect. Something to those sort of like that. Might be a bit of fog in the Poronui Valley looking ahead. Out towards, all up into the Kaiangaroa is definitely under a bit of blanket. Bit of luck, we might hopefully be able to make the base. We'll see. Because I think, yeah, what's probably a little bit deceiving here is that the weather system I've got running, or the weather I've got set as a real world, set to real world, so it runs off the current meters around the area with the forecasted winds and temperatures, but because I've made it daytime a little bit so that I can actually do a daytime flight, it's still running off whatever early morning weather, so it's possibly why it hasn't heated the fog up yet. Because I would expect if I was to change to real world now, it would probably be a little bit, the sun would maybe just be cracking the horizon, so it would be about right for seeing this sort of fog and low cloud in the valleys. It'd be quite cold still. Yeah, I think we should be able to make the base quite easily. It looks like it's not right on the ground. You can see through just underneath there where the base is, I think. It looks stunning though, just looking out across the ranges and just seeing that little bit of wispy cloud just sitting there. Just a magic morning. Dare say it's probably almost frosty down there this morning. Cowansim Valley. Looking south towards the Mohawk and the Mangaroa block. Right, we'll start out, just come over this little ridge here and then we'll start descending into the finals onto the pad. Yeah, there's bugger all cloud really when you look around now. Doesn't look like there's a lot of wind either, really. Hit ground effect as soon as we come over that retaining wall. Yep. Yep, she starts getting a little bit wobbly just as you sit right next to there. I'm going to work on that a little bit. I may need to dial my sensitivities in a little bit for the squirrel too. Just turn on my controller. The door's open. Yep, sound adjusts. Yeah, it looks awesome, this chopper. I'll just open those doors. Just checking everything out. So. Little bit of breeze there, not a lot though. Shut the doors up. Trying to get the door handle back there. A little bit awkward to reach here. Here we go. This open. Oh yep, and it changes the sound as well. Sweet. Oh well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and definitely highly recommend this as a helicopter flight sim if it's 2020. It's just absolutely fantastic, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more flying in this one and the 500E. Having the two best helicopters now for the sim. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next one.